Hello, everybody, and welcome to Shenanigans. Rob is going to be our DM for today, so I'm just going to let him take it away from here.
All right. So going around to ask everybody how we're doing. First, I'm going to ask myself because as some of you may remember, I've gone back to school. I'm getting my master's in social work, and I had like a really weird revelation this week where we were going over problem solving therapy and we were looking at different types of problem solving. The people that avoid the problem, people that impulsively just come up with a solution just to make it go away, and then people who are the rational problem solvers. And my weird revelation, I don't know what to make of this, is that myself personally, when I'm just 100% me, I'm an avoider. But I can pretend to be a totally rational, like the rational person, like the extreme rational that goes, this isn't a problem. This is an opportunity. How can we take this problem and come out even better than we were before? Which obviously what I do here in the game, when I would play, like my first time when I was a shy little kid and I had to stand up and give a presentation in class and I was terrified, and then I just like role played Carl Sagan basically. I did the presentation as Carl Sagan and killed it. As a teacher, like again, sort of the shy thing, I sort of would role play this role of a teacher, and it's weird. I don't know what that means, that I'm a better person when I'm not me.
Maybe.
I mean, I don't want to say that through the person to say it, but
anyway, that was my weird revelation. Maybe I just need to do my entire life in character.
Yeah. Maybe.
But then have you truly lived in your life?
Sure.
That's a good point. Maybe it's okay not to be a good person. Maybe you should just love yourself for who you are, Rob.
I don't know. I could do that, but that doesn't seem like the kind of thing Rob Power.
Oh.
I think the correct answer to that one is to move on and think about it some other time.
Yeah, come back to it after a few drinks.
Yes. Anyway, so Neal, tell us how you're doing.
I'm doing pretty damn good. We just signed our lease for our house in Boulder, which is where I'll be moving in the middle of August. So I'm pretty stoked about that. That was a huge thing hanging over our heads of like finding a place sight unseen in another state. And then we ended up with this amazing place with way more space and for a lot less money than we were expecting. So I'm pretty satisfied.
So why
with everything.
Boulder?
My wife is going to Naropa University in Boulder for her degree in somatic counseling. She's going to be a therapist.
Oh.
And that was the program she wanted, so we're headed there. And luckily, I can work from anywhere. So we're just packing up and moving out.
So for EU viewers, where's this? Which state?
Colorado is the state.
Okay.
It's one of the more western ones. If you look at California and you go 2 states over, you skip over Nevada where you have Las Vegas and gambling, and then you go to Colorado, which is like some beautiful mountains and then just flat as far as the eye can see, because it's where the old ocean used to be. The whole middle of the continent used to be a big ocean a long time ago.
Another way to say it is, if you're one of those Europeans and you look at a map and it gives you like all the state borders of the U.S., it's one of the 2 that are a square. It doesn't matter if it's Wyoming or Colorado.
It does make a difference. Wyoming is...
But for you Europeans, it doesn't make a difference.
Wyoming is the only state in the country that has less than 1 million people living in it. Like, even our tiny little states have more than 1 million. Wyoming is, like, empty.
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
They've got Yellowstone, man. Wyoming's pretty sweet. They got Yellowstone.
Yeah, Yellowstone, Grand Teton, all that crap, that's pretty dope. But for the Europeans, it doesn't matter.
Colorado's a cool place.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure it is.
It's where South Park takes place.
Yeah, that too.
Mm-hmm. That's
interesting.
Yeah. It's your show.
All right, so let's go on. Who wants to tell us what's going on next? What do you got for us here?
Well, okay, I can go. Well, I am going to move out next week, this coming Friday, to my new place. Yeah, I ordered the, how you say it, like trailer and all that to, put all the things in, all the boxes, Gonna have a friend coming by to help me, and it's all good. Also, there's exam at the same time, so that's kind of stressful, but, I'll manage, I hope.
Exciting.
Cool. So where are you moving to?
Central Copenhagen. Right now, I'm like 20 kilometers away from the central.
For those of you that aren't Europeans, that's like 11 miles, 12 miles.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Nick, what do you got for us?
Nothing. It's just been
exciting life up in Maine.
I do not do exciting things other than playing a lot of video games.
Excellent.
All right, so I think The Rock then needs to provide us with two amazing stories. One for Nick that we'll pretend Nick did,
All right.
and then one for yourself.
All right.
So tell us what Nick did for this week.
So what Nick did, maybe not this week, but a couple weeks ago, Nick moved up from South Carolina to New York. And he utterly stuffed his car to the brim and probably drove it in a very illegal state, but didn't get pulled over, so it's all good. No tickets, no nothing. So cops didn't pull you over. It wasn't illegal, all right? I could not see out my passenger side window at all. At all. It was just a giant sea bag there. That was pretty fun. I didn't see a cop at all throughout the entirety of North Carolina. I paid like $40 in tolls. That was fun. I hate tolls so much.
You mean Nick paid $40 in
tolls?
tolls?
Is that rare, not seeing a cop car in that state, or what?
It's rare to drive through 100 or so miles and not see a cop, especially once I got to about Virginia, and then on I'd see at least 3 to 4 cops every 20 miles, and most of the time is because they'd pulled someone over. So it's just like a huge contrast is what I'm saying. Like when I drive from school back home, which was about a 200-mile drive one way, I'd see probably 2 or 3 cops, not a large amount, but I'd always see a cop on the drive. But just going through an entire state, I'm like, I could have just busted through there at 120. And the only time I would have seen it is when someone called 911, like, someone's driving way too fast and it's dangerous. Holy crap. Holy crap. So yeah, that's the drive up here. It's pretty fun.
For Nick.
Yeah, Nick had a lot of fun. Now, yeah, I'm glad he had a lot of fun. Driving's pretty great. Now for what I did. I now work at a place that's literally out in the middle of nowhere. There's like a trailer park a couple miles away from my work that security is like, yeah, the kids there might throw rocks at your car because that's what those weird trailer park kids do. Don't chase after them. Don't go into the trailer park because, they're their own special sort of people. They like to do things to outsiders, and if you've ever seen the movie Deliverance, you'll know what I mean.
Oh.
Yeah, that sort of trailer park. It is. It's really weird because these are like some of the trashiest trailer parks I've seen. And I lived in the ghetto, or right outside the ghetto is like the ghetto transition in South Carolina. I'm pretty sure I heard assault, or not assault, but just weapons fire one night down there. But it's just like, yeah, I'm gonna keep on driving. Gonna keep on driving. And so yeah, at work, there's this really big, giant concrete Thunderdome. I'm not kidding. It's probably about 100 feet diameter. maybe more. Just absolutely huge dome that they used to put dangerous stuff in, and now there's like trees growing in it because they haven't used it in like 20 or 30 years. Excuse me.
So how's the cell phone reception where you are? Because this sounds like you've moved into the opening scene of a B horror movie.
Well, let's put it this way. If I didn't have Wi-Fi, I would probably not be able to use the internet on my phone reasonably. I'm
so
getting a
you've got
whopping
spotty
2 bars.
cell reception.
Mm-hmm. I've
You're
got
in a
spotty
creepy
cell
place.
reception.
You've been warned about the creepy kids, and there's a Thunderdome.
Yeah, it's a Thunderdome. But there's also a racetrack in Saratoga, so like a horse racetrack. So the rich people live here too. So it's like a huge contrast. It's like a ton of rich people.
Yeah.
And for the most important part of this, in about 8 weeks or so, I'll spend about half my work time in a giant concrete dildo.
A concrete dildo?
Pretty much. It's like a pretend submarine, and that I peeked outside at it, I was like, yeah, that looks like a giant concrete dildo.
In addition to all these things, you're going to be sealed for a period of time within a fake submarine with no way out.
No, there are ways out.
And no way for the thing sealed inside you to feed.
Yeah, exactly. So when something eventually goes wrong, because I've only been here, like been working for like 2 weeks, and that first week was just like, here, sign papers. It's like had 2 things happen to it that are just like, all right, well, we can't go in there now and do our tours and crap. That's cool. Things break down a lot.
So
part of the reason why it's so clogged up.
So Neal, are you going to be proactive and start interviewing people to fill the Rock's slot after his murder over the next 3 days?
Actually, I'm planning on flying out and viewing the murder so I can make it into a Shenanigans campaign about how the Rock gets killed that we can all play together.
It's going to be great.
Sounds cool.
I've even got my own custom order continual light stone on its way from Amazon Prime, guys. It's only $500. It should be getting here in about 3 weeks. It's going to be great. It's probably like yay big or something. Just it's going to be fun up here.
All right. Well, I think that is introductions.
Okay,
Rob, have you stalled long enough? Are you ready?
I'm ready to go. I was born ready to go with this campaign. When I was born, this campaign was fully formed in my mind.
Oh.
I only needed to grow old enough to speak the concepts. Each of you want to tell us quickly who you're playing? I think people are mostly familiar with the characters, but why not a little bit of background?
Sure. I'll start it off. I'm going to be playing Arty, and I think I'm still in jail right now.
You are.
I don't know how I'm playing Arty when I'm in jail and have none of my supplies, and probably no spells memorized right now. But that's me. I'm the gnome, the cleric of Ephra, who's the goddess of inspiration and art. But Arty is, noticeably uninspired himself. He plays all sorts of weird instruments like the upright bass and the tuba, even though he's only 2'9". And he's got artistic abilities in ice sculpting, mosaics, and origami, and dancing, which he's actually kind of good at. But that's it.
All right.
Okay, I can go next.
Okay, go for it.
I'm playing Maximilian, level 5 wizard. And Maximilian, he is a sort of person that loves to trick people, cast illusionary spells, and have a good time, be all chill about the situation. His background, he used to work for the NSA, but got kicked out, because he pulled a prank against the principal, the headmaster. Yeah,
is that why you got kicked out?
Yeah. And his parents are circus workers. They have their own circus they run. Yeah.
All right, cool. How about Nick? Who are you this week, Nick?
Well, I'm playing Sparky. Sparky is an orange human who has a useless arm coming out of one of his packs. I don't remember which one. Let's just say the left. And he has 3 sets of ears. One of them dog ears, one of them elven, and then is just normal human ears that are also probably orange. And he's a wild mage. That's why he's so messed up. And he's just gone completely bald from all his spells.
Yeah, and excellent. And then for anybody who might have been living under a rock, can we hear about the rock?
I work in rocks. I don't live under a rock. Like the place I live at is actually quite nice. But the rock, he is a professional dunker. That's what he do. He makes his way, just dunking on people. He's got, I think he's got like 3 or 4 just different weapons, like 2 giant 2-handers, a magic longsword, glowing rock, because that's pretty important. He's got some pretty cool gear. But I believe he's right now the highest level person in the party right now.
What level are you?
5. Pretty close.
We're on the same level.
Oh,
I just caught up.
you did.
Oh,
Depends on how much
you're
XP
both level 5.
Rob.
Wow.
Isn't Arty also level 5?
Arty is level 5.
All right,
wow.
guys. It's been nice knowing you. I didn't know we were gonna have. I didn't know we were gonna have a TPK today.
Well,
Now-
is it a TBK? What level is Sparky?
Sparky's level 2.
The
And a
Soul
wild
Survivor.
wizard.
Or maybe not.
So Sparky's
Maybe
gonna
that's
kill
a
us
TPK.
all, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, Sparky is the source
yeah.
of the TPK income.
That's how it works. But yeah, just get ready to get dunked on.
Okay. All right. So, as we know, every episode of Shenanigans has always started in Shenanigans, except this one. This episode opens in a jail cell as Arty is awoken by a flash of lightning and a crash of thunder close by. So they seem to happen simultaneously. It's dark. You can hear the rain. You can hear you can feel the wind inside your prison cell. You can hear shutters blowing open. You can feel dampness on your face, and you can hear the rain pouring outside. You hear a rhythmic back and forth, which you'll have to start looking around. It's very dark in here.
Do I have anyone in my jail cell, or am I alone?
You're alone.
Well, I'm only 2'9", so I don't think I can jump up and look out the window. It's probably too high. So Arty just crouches down in a little corner in the cell, pulls his cloak more tightly around him, or whatever clothes he has, closes his eyes, and starts praying to his goddess for some sort of inspiration to not wet his pants.
Okay. You hear the creaking, and it gets slightly more light in your cell. There's a flash of lightning again, and in that moment, it's illuminated that your cell door is open.
I poke my head outside the cell door and look left and right. Can I see anything?
Gnomes don't have infravision, correct? Or do they?
They don't. I don't know. Maybe. Well, if I don't see anything... Look, actually, hold on. I never play humans. I actually don't know the racial abilities of any other creatures.
Dang it, Neal.
Best. Yes, 60 foot infravision.
Okay. So in your infravision, you see in the limited vision of the infrared, very, very disturbing sight. There's the desks that are here in the sheriff's office are kind of in disarray. They've been kind of jagged this way and that way. And you see two of the sheriffs, especially as there's a flash of lightning that illuminates things a little better than you can see with your infravision. A male and a female are sprawled up against the wall. Their throats just savagely cut, and their eyes staring blankly at you. And there's writing in blood on the wall with tiny little handprints. Some of them smeared, some of them around, all there.
I go over and feel their bodies to try and decide how long ago they died.
Okay. You go over there. They feel warm still.
Arty's a little terrified. Something just came through here and murdered these people. All the senses in his body tell him to return to his jail cell, but he knows if he does this, the campaign won't progress. So, he looks around for his pack of his stuff.
You can see over on one of the desks, but first what catches your eye is your holy symbol is standing there, but it's been turned upside down.
I walk around to the other side of it so it stays right side up. I just view it from the opposite direction. It's all a matter of perspective, you see?
Seeing it from the back doesn't turn it right side up. It just
turns
it upside down.
Okay, I thought. Well then, I will take the holy symbol and look at it, waiting for a flash of lightning to help illuminate it.
Alright. So as you look at that, waiting for the flash of lightning, one comes, and you're looking at your holy symbol. Your holy symbol seems to be okay, but the writing in blood has been illuminated again. And for a brief moment, you can read it says, "Time to remember, Arty," all in capital letters, very crudely painted. And then you hear behind you a giggle, a child's giggle.
Who's forgotten me? I haven't forgotten myself.
Okay. Then you hear another child's giggle. The first one seemed kind of like a boy. The second one a girl.
Hello?
They're behind you.
Hello?
You hear more giggling. You hear footsteps in the damp, hopefully from rain that's come in.
I just gather all my stuff and run out of the room and run out of the building. I can.
Okay, you see the you try to run out of the building. You can see the door, the main front door.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the window that's it's kind of
I'm going
high
through the front
up.
door, man.
Okay, well, you go to the door. The front door is locked. And then behind you, you hear the giggling again.
Hello?
And are you looking around?
Yeah, I'm looking around, but
Okay.
I'm a little bit, terrified here.
Okay, you see two spectral gnome children.
God,
A boy
spectral
and a girl that are crouching down over by the two dead bodies. One of the little boy gnome child reaches into the eye socket of the dead male sheriff, pulls out one of the eyes with a wet sucking sound, puts it into his mouth, and for a second you can see like the eyes like facing out, like he's playing with it with his tongue, making it look out his mouth. And then he bites down. You can see dark juices running down. And he says, "By my Aunt Mary, this tastes like boysenberry. The little girl reaches into the woman's face, pulls out an eye, does the same thing, and says, "Girlsenberry is what I taste. Have a bite. Make haste. Make haste." And they look over at you. Then the little boy says, "Let's start the party. Can't be late. It's time for Arty to be ate." He pulls a knife or dagger from
I try and turn undead. I'm a cleric. I try and turn undead.
Okay.
It's a D20 roll.
Yes.
Oh God! Arty's gonna die. It's just gonna be the three of you for the rest of the session. Rob just did this to torture me.
Okay. So the little boy holding the dagger from the male sheriff is dragging it, since he's a little gnome boy, dragging the tip of it along the floor as he very slowly starts to walk towards you. And you see the little girl draw the female sheriff's dagger, and you start doing the same thing, just very painfully slowly. You're like, la, 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 la. Then from up the stairs,
what do you want from me?
La, la,
Arty calls out.
la,
What do you want?
Let's keep going. La, la.
I think they want some dinner.
Get away!
Slowly walking.
No, I go to the fucking window. I stack up tables if I need. I stack up chairs if I need, and I'm going to scramble out that window and run to Shenanigans as fast as my little Arty feet will take me.
Okay. Make a dex check as you try to scramble up and do everything quickly.
Dex is 12.
That's not bad.
Natural 1.
Excellent.
Very fitting to the
All right, so do you have dex, or you? Well, I guess you're not if it's 12. So your AC 10. Then.
I am AC 10, yes.
All right, there's a dagger slash.
God.
A dagger slash is catching in your prison, your orange prison jumpsuit here, cutting away part of the leg, slashing it open. You can make another dexterity check this next round to try to get out the window again.
24.
All right, you shriek and just basically after that slash of the knife, just launch yourself through the window. You land outside. You said you're running towards Shenanigans?
I run for Shenanigans.
Okay, so you're running like hell for Shenanigans. Just screaming all the way, or what?
No, in terrified silence, probably with my mouth open, wanting to scream but not knowing how. But I just know the only person that can help me is Desmond, who will of course turn me down. But
so you just run and run. You still hear faintly behind you, sometimes seeming closer, sometimes farther away. La, la, la. And then you burst in the door of Shenanigans, and there's 3 times as many people as there normally are in here. Okay, you're looking around, and the place is packed. Over in one corner, you see what looks like, I don't know, maybe 13 Maxes sitting at a table, all talking and waving their hands around. You see just everybody has older versions of themselves.
Older as in like they
here.
were from a previous time, like, you know, a previous version, or older as in
you would
older age?
Imagine, well, especially because there's a sign hanging over the bar that says Parents' Night. These are their parents.
Guys, help!
All right, so let's cut over. We'll go through each of the people here. So we sort of started there with Max. So Max, you're there. Your parents each have their own mirror images going, and they're like looking furtively around here. So does Desmond practice good security protocols?
Look, I told you don't need to cast any spells in Shenanigans. Also, Desmond doesn't like it very much, you know. If he sees you casting that here,
he doesn't like it. Is he in on it?
You know what? It's fine if you can get away with it, but just don't do it all the time.
Do you ever notice any black hippogriffs living here overhead?
Well, no, never seen anything like it.
Well, they can fly silently. They're rigged to fly silently, so you probably wouldn't notice them at night. That's probably when they come out.
Oh, they come at night, you say? Huh? Then we have to go out at night and try to spot them.
No, then they'll see you.
What? Then how are we gonna find them then? What's the point?
We're not trying to find them. We're trying to avoid them before they report back.
Okay. Well,
they don't know we're here.
What did you do now? What kind of trouble are you in?
That's why we're stuck here until morning. We can't go back to the circus tent and they're out there. You can see also at their table there are 7 small little terriers that are just kind of like yipping, and they have like fancy, colorful collars, and each of them has like a little dog sweater that's all covered with spangles and things like that.
Dad, you didn't have to bring every single one of our circus animals in here.
They get lonely, son. They get lonely. Would you? Do you think I'd have Martha, the bearded lady, watch after them? You know how she overfeeds them. She'll give them chocolate. I told her over and over again, you do not give dogs chocolate. But no, she's like, oh, but they love it so much.
Well, chocolate tastes good. I wouldn't complain.
It'll kill the dogs, son. How many times have I told you this? It'll kill the dogs.
Oh, you just need a good cleric with you that can, cure the dogs. I told you should, my sister, she can cure those kind of things, Oh
yeah, we'll just bring in outsider people into the circus. Yeah, that's what we need. Outsiders poking around, looking in our closets, opening files.
All right. You're right. I'm not even gonna try to argue with you. It's it gets so serious. You need some. Where's more? We need more.
All of them report back to the NSA.
I just face palm.
They could be watching any of this right now. There could be agents of the NSA in this room, and you wouldn't even.
I don't think they have time for this, It's Shenanigans. I mean, who would look in Shenanigans? It's just a, random bar.
Okay, so we'll cut over to the Rock. The Rock is sitting at a table. There is this, like, Amazonian real housewife of Desu. This 6'8" woman who's just darkly tanned. Her hair is like maybe it seems like it was probably lighter at one point, but by a combination of like sun damage and bleaching, it's all blonde. And she's wearing these kind of sheer pants, and her midriff is bared, and she's got this really small kind of sports bra type thing on. And she is just built. You can just see her whole 6-pack going on here. And also sitting at the table with the Rock is this tiny little bald man who looks like he's trying not to be seen. He's maybe like 5'2", and the big Amazonian woman is shouting, "Desmond, that's your name, right? Desmond, where are the kale chips? I was promised there would be kale chips here." And Desmond comes over. He's like, "I'm pretty sure we never promised kale chips. This was parents' night. You invited us. Obviously, in an event like this, you have kale chips. That was an implied promise. Where are the chips?" And she gets up and kind of towers a full head over him and is staring down at him. And he's like, "I'll get borscht right on that."
I was just going to shrug at Desmond. He's like,
And so Desmond kind of slinks off, like, borscht, find some kale and chip it. It's just like, so son, I don't know, son. It doesn't really look like you've been keeping up your ab work there.
"Oh no, don't worry, Mom. I have been. Like, you know how much work it took to install a freaking backboard on the back of Shenanigans? Like, I think I had to first invent one to do that. You know how hard that was? Like, I spent weeks just trying to find a flat piece of wood that I realized was flat. It's pretty hard.
Son, here." And she grabs your hand, like, puts it on your stomach. It's like, "Okay, feel your abs." She grabs, then she pulls your hand over and puts it on her own stomach. It's where I'm not. See, these are abs. He goes back and forth between your stomach and hers with your hand, like pulling your hand back and forth. You see the difference? You see the difference, son?
Yeah, but I don't just spend my whole time doing crunches.
And what about those pecs? You call those pecs?
Can't wait to see where this one goes.
Yes, I do.
We'll leave that there.
Yeah.
All right. So over at
least I don't have thunder thighs.
Oh.
She rises up to her full height, even taller than you.
Oh yeah.
With thunder thighs. These thighs are like steel cables. And she turns over to your father. "Aren't they the pebble? The pebble, aren't these steel cables? When I wrap these around you, do you feel like you can escape or be anywhere except where I position you?"
Don't have to answer that. Don't have to answer that.
No, the boulder. They're steel cables. Adamantium, probably.
This is more traumatic than Arty's scene.
Because your father knows all about these thighs.
Well, I'm sure he does, but Dad, you do realize...
She grabs your hand, slaps it against your thigh. You'll just feel
like,
this.
No. No. Nope.
You were just going to go over to Sparky until you said thunder thighs. You brought that on yourself.
God.
All right, so over at Sparky's parents seem somewhat well-dressed, but sort of their clothes are kind of a little bit disheveled, like maybe they've slept in them. They've got sour looks on their face. I think Neal established that smoking was a thing in one of the episodes. So they're both smoking. They both have a number of, there's a couple of bottles of whiskey on the table. And Sparky's father, who's, he's a moderately good-looking man, well-built, but again, like I said, look a bit disheveled. He's got his brandy sipped in his hand. He's like, "Son, look at your mother. Look at what I have to put up with. Can you blame me for drinking? Can you blame me for drinking when I have to deal with that?"
Yes, I can.
And then your mother, Kat, looks over, was like, Oh, maybe if I was married to a real man, I would be a little nicer. But no, there's no real man at this table.
God. Is this what parents' night is like at schools?
Imagine that her voice is actually like that burly. Like she's like one of those people that live in the trailer park.
Oh, Sparky!
And your father's like,
You think this is a real man?
You're embarrassing our son. Can't you see how embarrassed he is by your behavior?
No, you're embarrassing yourselves.
And so his mother looks over, do you see, Brick? Do you see? He's on my side. He loves his mommy. Sparky loves his mommy.
No, Mother, you're embarrassing yourself too. Honestly now.
So this is the scene that greets you, Arty. Who do you approach? They're all at different tables.
I go to Desmond. I forget these crazy people, and I go to Desmond. Desmond! Oh my god! The sheriff is dead! And there's someone else is dead, and there's little gnomes, and they're eating eyeballs, and they wanted to have Arty party eating time, and oh my god, the sheriff is dead! Please help me, Desmond!
Wait a minute, it's not Arty?
What are you babbling about? When did you get back?
I think Arty might semi-pass out from hyperventilation over this incident.
Okay. Desmond picks up
Is Neal
Arty.
about to pass out?
Let's see. We'll make a random pick. 1, 2 for Sparky. 3, 4 for Max. 5, 6 for the Rock.
Just roll 5 or 6.
All right. So you're in the middle of trying to like not touch your mom's thigh when Desmond walks over. He's like, we're working on the kale. In the meantime, the Rock, here, this is yours. I don't know what to do with it. Bye.
Desmond, try spinach.
And
It looks the same. Trust me.
She wants leaves?
Just give her leaves. If you say it convincingly, she'll probably believe you.
Okay. So he goes back. Burst. All right. So a passed out Arty has been deposited at your table.
Guys!
Hey, Arty, I'm gonna like slap him a bit. Hey, how's jail?
The sheriff has been murdered!
Oh, okay. Why'd you do that?
I didn't do it, and they wanted to eat me!
The sheriff wanted to eat you. I'm not gonna judge or anything, but that sounds like
No, not the sheriff, you fool!
Oh, and who's they?
I look to Maximilian or Sparky, whichever one is closer, and go, please, the sheriff has been murdered, and there's little gnomes that want to eat my eyeballs.
Oh, little gnome, why didn't you just say so?
I'm talking to my parents and saying like, look,
Now,
it's Arty. He's the one that extorted us. You have to bring him back to jail. You haven't served this time yet.
You can't take me back there. That's where they are. They're gonna eat me.
Yeah, and I mean, guys, look at him. He's got no meat on the bones or anything. Like, there's not a lot of stuff in there. They're just wasting their time. So why waste a trip? You know. Besides, I think the food's kind of like cheap here right now for parents' night. Arty, what do you want us to do about it?
Get your weapons. Go back to the sheriff's station with me. Look, there's dead bodies.
Now, little gnome, are you saying these little baby gnomes or whatever they were, are those your conscience sitting on your shoulder, one good, one evil?
I will divide amongst the three of you 75 gold if you will just get your shit and go back to the sheriff's station with me right now.
I think you have taken 150 gold from me, Arty. I think you should give me...
I'm broke. That's all the money I have.
If you're broke, you have no money. Come on, even I know that.
Alright, but you have to serve to your end of your jail sentence.
My jail sentence ends tomorrow. I'll happily go back in jail for one more day if you can just save me from this people who are trying to eat me.
All right, let's go back to jail.
Did you guys remember the other part of the note?
Other part of the note?
There was the first part of the note.
Oh. I did not
Yeah,
remember.
it's been like
Arty.
2 weeks. We thought you had escaped.
Arty, when did you leave jail?
Like 5 minutes ago, I'm still sopping wet.
But 5 minutes isn't 2 weeks.
What are you talking about?
Even The Rock knows what I'm talking about here.
Guys, the people, there's murders!
Arty, I think we need to have a talk here.
Can we have the talk at the jail cell, please? Please?
I mean,
Arty,
if they're
are you-
trying to eat you there, why would you want to go back?
Okay, just when everybody make a intelligence check except for Arty.
Rob, you realize what you're asking here, right? I'd say this is a very appropriate response from The Rock.
All right, so The Rock doesn't really catch on to this, but Sparky and Max both realize he said he was sopping wet. He's bone dry.
Is it raining outside still?
Well, you're not thinking about this. You're
Well, I just need to know if I'm going to change the music to whether it's raining or not.
no, it's not raining.
All right, so guys, I'm sopping wet. Please, please. All right, Arty has a new idea.
Why are you sopping wet?
He looks to the person who looks like the Rock's mom and says, "Hey, fatty, bet you can't catch me," and then runs out.
You have 6 movement speed. You're dead.
Her eyes go wide. What did that little runt say? And The Rock, your mom just stands up, her chair goes flying backwards, and she goes storming out the door.
I'm gonna
flying
turn to
open
my
the
dad.
door. The door kind of rattles on its hinges a
I'm gonna
bit.
turn to my dad and it's like something like that. Yeah, that's kind of what got him put in jail in the first place. And then I'm gonna just like walk out casually walk outside.
Yeah, I walk outside as well. Before going outside, I say to my father,
Yeah.
"You're gonna put him back to jail. I'll promise you that."
Well, he's dead, so he's totally gonna die to her.
Okay. So, Artie, where are you running to?
I'm running back to the jail.
Okay. So I guess they're like in 2 rounds, since as a human, her movement speed is 12 and yours is 6. She will have fully caught up to you.
Well, I'm a sly little guy. I'm hoping that I might be able to dart between legs and move through thicker parts of crowds. And the marketplace is in between me and the jail cell, so I'm hoping that I can...
Well, it is night. There's not really anybody out enjoying this cloudless night.
I wasn't sure if it was nighttime or daytime.
Yeah, it was
So the
night.
rain had stopped and all that. Okay.
All right. So you're trying to be sly. You're trying to dodge, and then you feel a hand grabbing the back, the scruff of your shirt,
You just go up.
your prison jumpsuit, and you're pulled up. And she goes, "Do you have any idea how much work it takes for a woman to get 3% body fat?" She grabs your hand, puts it on her abs. "Do you feel any fat there?" She puts your hand on her bicep, on her thigh, on her butt. She's like moving you all around. Do you see any fat whatsoever?
Hey, Arty, if you don't want to go back to jail, just say yes.
No! Wait, yes! Wait, which one gets me sent to jail? Take me to jail, please, woman!
One of them gets you killed!
You know, ma'am, I heard the sheriff saying that The Rock is not only stupid, but a worthless person. He was saying your little boy was a piece of crap.
All right.
And
My little smoopy pants?
Uh-huh.
You're talking shit about my little smoopy
No,
pants?
no. The sheriff said your little schmoopy pants wasn't fit to lift.
You know what, Gnome? There's maybe something The Rock hasn't told you.
A lot of things.
Over,
He's not quite.
She walks over towards one of the buildings. There's a big rain barrel. She holds you up next to your face and she says, I'm the one who taught him how to dunk. And then she just slams you into the rain barrel and walks off.
I extract myself from the rain barrel and look pleadingly at the people following behind. Please.
The rain barrel is actually dry. There's no rainwater in it.
Okay. I still extract myself from the rain barrel, if possible. I might have to tip it over to crawl out. I don't know how big it is. And then I look pleadingly at the rest of the party. Please, please, you have to believe me. Come to the sheriff's station with me.
All right, Arty. We'll help you. Right, guys? We'll help Arty.
Alright, well, if an escape convict wants to go back to jail, let's go and help him.
Oh, thank you.
All right. So you
It's getting
guys,
a little weird in there anyway. I'm fine with this.
Yeah,
you
I could use
guys,
some fresh air as well, you know.
Yeah, it's a beautiful night. The air is fresh and calm. The stars are out. You know, the moon. It's kind of warm. So you guys walk to the jail. When you reach the jail, you can see there's a light on inside, and it looks normal.
Arty might be realizing right now that it's not raining and there's no lightning and thunder anymore. Sheriff? I open the door.
It's locked.
Pound on the door. Sheriff! Guys, see, the sheriff is dead. Rock, kick down the door.
No.
Please!
Alright. I'm gonna go up. I'm just gonna
Oh, okay.
on the door.
Okay, here. I'm coming. And then the door opens on a chain. And you can see like a face looking out, and a grizzled face, like, huh?
I'm
You
gonna
guys
look up
know
Arty.
what time it is?
Yeah, you missing something?
Is it the sheriff? Is it the same sheriff who I saw eyeballs scooped out?
No. It's just some guy. It's maybe a deputy.
What?
It's like, what?
Where's the bodies?
Bodies?
The sheriff and
What's
and
going
the,
on? Did somebody kill somebody?
the sheriff was murdered by little gnomes.
Oh, you got a drunk one there, huh?
Actually, it's your escapee. The one that
escapee?
escaped prison 2 weeks ago.
I push past the sheriff and look around the room for signs of blood.
The place looks perfectly normal. You see, there's a little fire in the fireplace. You know, not much going on. Just this one guy. It's like, what do you mean you escaped? he got paid off 2 weeks ago.
Oh? By whom?
Yeah, somebody paid off his sentence. I don't know.
What?
You have to ask the sheriff.
What?
Where's the sheriff?
Where's the sheriff? Yeah, where's the
He's
sheriff?
in bed where he should be. I'm assuming.
Raise the sheriff from the bed.
He's at his house.
Arty, you're being weird, man. Like, what's going on?
There were little gnomes scooping out the sheriff's eyeballs.
All right, I'll believe you that you saw that.
Because I can hold him here until he sobers up in the morning.
Nah, I'll just carry him around. That's pretty sobering for him anyway. I mean, if he gets unruly, we've got plenty of water barrels around, you know.
I don't know, Deputy. Maybe little Arty here has been taking some sort of drugs, some hallucinatory. I don't know.
Max, those are legal, remember?
I'm not dating anyone.
You're eating people?
No.
All right.
He's drunk and a cannibal?
No.
And takes drugs.
No. Arty just collapses into a
You know
heap
what
on
the
floor.
mayor says about drugs. Just say nay.
Oh, I thought you said just get your chicken tenders and call it good.
Well, what do you want me to do with this one? You can still take him home, maybe let him sleep it off.
Yeah.
Maybe dunk him in some water.
We'll probably do all three of those. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get to the bottom of this.
Sorry to bother you. You have a good night, sir.
I mean, we can beat him for you if you want.
That takes all the fun out of it, you know. Like, I would have been content just to, like, actually chuck him in jail, but if you guys are gonna beat him, you know, I'd rather do that myself. I'm getting a little bored.
Okay, saves me the trouble.
Yeah, there you go. Tell the higher ups you did it yourself or something. See if they give you that extra beating bonus.
Mighty kind of you.
All right, you have a good night.
Make sure you get him like on the back of the knee, because then the leg claps. It's like a real surprise. They go down, smack the back of their head.
Smack the back of their head, or they just go forward and they land in something and it gets all over their face. And yeah. I'll make sure to.
And make sure you keep shouting, "Stop resisting." That's really the key to the whole thing.
I'll make sure. All right, you have a good night.
All right, you have a good night.
All right, Arty. Let's go find the sheriff that's supposed to be dead. Because what are you going to do if he isn't?
Oh, God, I hope he's not dead.
All right, anybody have any kind of local knowledge to know exactly where the sheriff lives?
I know where Shenanigans is at, and I know where Well is. That there was a were-rat in. And the brothel. I know where the brothel's at.
Well, that's true. You guys did work with the sheriff with the whole were-rat thing, right?
That was the mayor, wasn't it?
Yeah, this
is the mayor or the sheriff? Okay.
There was a were-rat in Shenanigans?
Yeah, remember the
Neal,
mayor?
the little girl.
Oh,
There was a whole adventure in the
The
sewer.
little girl down the well. We went
The
through
mongrel
like
man.
5 times.
Oh,
times.
yeah, okay,
Three
yeah.
And the rock survived every time.
Yeah, got it. Okay. Is this a good place to take a break, Rob?
Sure, why not?
All right, we'll see you guys in a few minutes on the other side of our break with more shenanigans. Bye-bye.